In the middle of academic chaos, exam pressure, and endless study hours, we often forget something incredibly important. We forget ourselves. We stay up late, push our minds to the limit, chase grades relentlessly, and we think taking a break is a sign of weakness or a waste of time. But have we ever stopped to consider that rest is not the enemy of success? It's one of its pillars. Have we realized that self-care isn't a luxury we delay until after finals, but the very fuel that keeps us going? In this video, we won't talk about study techniques or memorization hacks. We're talking about you, about the student who forgets that the body needs rest, the mind needs peace, and the soul deserves care. This is a pause, not a pause to give up, but a pause to awaken. A moment to remind you, you are not a machine. You deserve to be treated with kindness. Stay with us, because these few minutes might just shift your mindset and reignite your energy to keep going with strength and balance. In a world that glorifies hustle, that measures your worth by how much you accomplish, the idea of rest almost feels like a luxury. How can we rest when there's a pile of subjects waiting? How can we slow down when exams are approaching like a storm? How can we allow ourselves to breathe when it feels like time is sprinting ahead of us and we're just struggling to keep up? But here's a truth that many overlook. The human brain is not a machine. It's not an engine that performs better the more pressure we apply. Quite the opposite. The brain is like a muscle. Use it continuously, without pause, and it begins to wear down, to weaken, to resist. Too many students fall into the trap of believing that non-stop studying is the key to success. They sleep less, eat irregularly, ignore their mental health, all in the name of achievement, but what they don't realize is that these habits might be the very reason they're struggling. How can anyone memorize, understand, or solve complex problems when their mind is exhausted, their body depleted, and their spirit fraying at the edges? Scientific studies have shown that proper sleep doesn't just improve focus, it enhances memory retention, especially the transfer of knowledge into long-term memory. And taking regular breaks during study sessions actually boosts mental clarity and productivity far more than powering through endless hours of non-stop work. Some researchers even argue that effective studying is not about how long you study, but about how mentally sharp you are while doing it. And sharpness doesn't exist without rest. Picture this: you're running a long-distance race, but you refuse to stop even for a moment to drink water or catch your breath. Do you think you'll reach the finish line? Maybe, but at what cost? You'll collapse before you celebrate. That's exactly what happens during your academic journey. Success isn't about who runs the fastest non-stop. It's about who knows when to sprint and when to pause, to recover, to breathe. The truth is, rest isn't the opposite of achievement, it's its partner. Every time you rest smartly, you're not delaying success, you're accelerating it. You're protecting your energy, your balance, your sustainability, and that's the real wisdom of a successful student, knowing when to give it all and when to retreat into stillness to return stronger. When we hear the term self-care, we often picture luxury spa days, long beach vacations, or cozy movie nights with candles and snacks. But the truth runs deeper than that. Self-care is about treating yourself like you would treat a close friend going through a difficult time, listening with compassion, being patient, offering support instead of pressure. During intense study periods, many students treat themselves like soldiers in battle. No mercy, no breaks, no tolerance for fatigue. They create overwhelming schedules, expect perfection, and punish themselves for every misstep or moment of weakness. But what they don't realize is that the brain can't function at its best in an environment of harshness. Self-care during academic seasons isn't optional. It's vital. It's the difference between burning out halfway through the semester and reaching the finish line with clarity and strength. And it begins with the simplest things: enough sleep, nourishing meals, staying hydrated, and daily movement. But perhaps more importantly, it's about creating a safe emotional space for yourself, a space where it's okay to feel tired, to feel overwhelmed, without judgment or self-blame, taking a 30-minute walk, having an honest conversation with someone you trust, or even sitting in silence and breathing deeply. These are not time wasters. They're powerful acts of mental hygiene. They give your mind room to breathe, to reorganize, to let go of tension, and to see things more clearly. We're not just training our minds when we read, write, and solve problems. We're training them too when we let them rest, when we allow them to recharge, to digest what they've learned, and to prepare for what comes next. One of the most common and dangerous misconceptions is that rest slows down progress. But the truth is, a wise student understands that a balanced routine, one that respects both productivity and personal well-being, is the most sustainable path to success. Taking care of yourself doesn't slow you down. It fuels your stamina, sharpens your thinking, and strengthens your resolve. Sometimes, a quiet moment with yourself can fix what hours of intense studying couldn't. In the daily rush toward achievement, we often lose ourselves in textbooks and deadlines. We try to fill our schedules with lessons, hours, tasks, and feel guilty if there's a single moment left unused. But who said that time spent with yourself isn't valuable? Who convinced us that real success means being busy all the time? The real secret to success isn't just about how many hours you study, it's about balance, the ability to shift between effort and rest, focus and reflection, discipline and grace. How many students have crafted the perfect schedule only to burn out after 2 weeks? And how many others included time for rest, movement, and joy, and made it through the semester strong and steady? The difference isn't only in academic intelligence, but in life intelligence. When you plan your day or week, don't fill your calendar like you're a machine. Give yourself time to eat mindfully, to walk, or simply to sit in silence. Did you know that just 10 minutes of breathing or meditation each day can significantly shift your mood and clarity? Or that short breaks, like the 50-10 method, 50 minutes of study, 10 minutes of rest, can boost your productivity rather than break it? You need to understand that your me time isn't laziness, it's recharge time. A reminder that you're a person with passions, emotions, and needs that go beyond the classroom. Academic success shouldn't come at the cost of your mental well-being. In fact, it's the balanced student, the one who treats themselves with care, who achieves the best results over time. So don't be ashamed to schedule a rest hour. Don't hesitate to say enough when you're feeling drained. Make yourself a priority and let your personal time be part of your success plan, not outside of it. Because if you don't give yourself what you need, no schedule in the world can give you the balance to thrive.